out of town, sharing a dream with anyone. She's made it through heaven, she's made it through hell. It's just another story to tell. Have you ever felt you're missing the dream? Have you ever wished your life was like the movie on the screen, filled with heartbreaks and fights through Hollywood nights, making up a bar queen on the phone in the great big boulevard, the place she belongs. It's just another story she tells. Have you ever felt you're missing the dream? Have you ever wished your life was like the movie on the screen, filled with heartbreaks and fights through Hollywood nights, through Hollywood nights, through Hollywood nights. You always looked after me, brother, when we were children. You always had my back. You took all the blame when our father caught us doing things that drove him mad. Through the years I could lean on you when I messed up. I'd call you in the night, but I broke too many promises and we split up. Though I still need ya, you gotta save me now. I'm slipping so far down. It's only you I trust to set me free from this. I don't know how I got into this awful spot. I don't know where it ends, so I can use your helping hand tonight. I wanna say that I'm sorry, I got sidetracked and I left you in the cold. I've seen your side of the story, I felt the drawback. My mistake took its toll. Finally, I have realized I was dead wrong. I wasn't thinking straight. No more lies, and from here on out I'll be better, 'cause I still need ya. You gotta save me now. I'm slipping so far down. It's only you I trust to set me free from this. I don't know how I got into this awful spot. I don't know where it ends, so I could use your helping hand
From the start to the finish, go hard and we winning. It's the heart of a villain, it's the heart of a villain. From the start to the finish, go hard and we winning. It's the heart of a villain, it's the heart of a villain. Hey yo, heart of a villain beats hard in the centrifuge. Bearded BP, 100 interviews. All it takes is 2 mics and 1 line. This is Bearded Villains podcast worldwide. Driving cross countries, getting ball tires. Fam across ponds, always inspired. Chapters connect, and then it's on fire. Check your phone, cause BV is like a live wire. They said that we couldn't do it and that another could. Never underestimate the power of brotherhood. Every bro, every chapter, every caption. Heart of a villain, bro. Lights, camera, action. Action, action, action. Let's go. From the start to the finish, go hard and we winning. It's the heart of a villain, it's the heart of a villain. From the start to the finish, go hard and we winning. It's the heart of a villain, it's the heart of a villain. From the start to the finish, go hard and we winning. It's the heart of a villain, it's the heart of a villain. From the start to the finish, go hard and we winning. It's the heart, it's the heart.
Do we have... Hey, there we go. Had to check. Something went crazy there with the live stream, or at least my imagery here. Hopefully everybody's still good to go here. Hello and welcome to The Heart of a Villain, the podcast and live stream now on Facebook and YouTube, devoted to the Bearded Villains Worldwide Brotherhood and the lives they are changing all over the world. Tonight, the first episode of January 2022, the first episode of 2022. This is awesome, guys. Welcome to the new year. We have so many good things in store for this year. Let's hope anyway, fingers crossed. I have a last-minute change to my schedule that I have to make. I'll get into that in just a few minutes. But hey, it's a new year, guys. It's a new year. Thank you guys for tuning in, for finding some time to join me here on this Friday night, or Thursday night. I'm sorry. I'm still used to saying Friday night. Thursday night for episode 116. If you like bearded men, if you like learning and hearing about bearded men doing really cool stuff, charity stuff, changing lives, or if you just are bored on a Thursday night and didn't know where you ended up and you're here, thank you guys for being here so much. I appreciate that. More than you know. I am BP from Bearded Villains, Northern Indiana, and the host of The Heart of a Villain, guys. So where are we going to go tonight? Well, tonight with episode 116, to welcome everybody in to the new year. You know that last year I started off this thing called the One Word Challenge, and we're continuing that this year. Because I really loved doing it. It helped me out, and it helped out a bunch of people that participated in it. Other people that didn't learn about it till later in the year really wanted to have participated in it, and I said, grab onto it later in the year if you want to. So we're going to be kicking off our new 2022 One Word Challenge tonight, and if for some reason you were not able to fully participate in the way that I was hoping to get people to get into, being that you would submit a video explaining why you chose your word, all that stuff. There's still time. Next week's episode, I'll be bringing in some more people. I'll have some more videos to share and all that good stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna continue and we're gonna talk about that kind of stuff. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook for the first time. Boy, I can't say thank you enough. I want to say hi, as I always do, as you know, and I'm scrolling through all my different screens. I am playing with a different setup here tonight than I've used in the past. So I apologize if you are here live and you're looking at me kind of strange. I got to get in here and say hello to everybody that's here live with us. Nick, how you doing? The Bearded Repo, BVRM, how you doing? BVOSW from their official account. I wonder who that could be, possibly. From Ontario Southwest. hanging out with us as well. The Puzzle Man is here, as is Derek. How you doing, Mr. Parsons? Mr. Ramsey, getting ready for the big weekend. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Smoky Mountain 4-year anniversary event going on this weekend, kicking off tomorrow. I know there's people already in town for that. But hello, Mr. Ramsey. How are you doing? Mr. Joker is here. Joker, how you doing? Good to see you here. Who else we got hanging in here? Bearded Ginger Snap is here. Now, if for some reason I don't call you by the name that I know you by, I'm just going off of what comes into the comments section, so I do apologize if it's not something I normally know you by. I apologize for that. Lance, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in with us, taking some time out on this night. I do appreciate it, guys. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have some fun, man. We're gonna have some fun. There's not a whole lot in the realm of merch stuff that I have, that's new, or chapter news per se that's new. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to be talking with Brian, the co-captain of the Smoky Mountain Bearded Villains, a little bit about their event that they've got going off this weekend. And we're also going to be listening to some video submissions. And this was such a cool thing because, as you know, normally I do at the beginning of this year now, this is going to be the second annual one-word challenge that we do here. And it's always so fun to hear why people chose a certain word, and you know, the stories behind that and what's going to drive. So stay with me for that, because I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. If for some reason you were not able to record yourself in a video, or you don't want to, that's fine. I did have some people submit words to me that could not or did not want to be on video, and that's fine. I still want to include their words anyway. As far as what they chose. So we'll do that. But let's tune in real quick and check out what we have going on in the merch area first. Still so far, a couple of these, most of these were here last week, and I've gotten rid of some of the ones that have been around for quite some time now. But some of these have been around for just a few weeks or just a couple weeks, or maybe this is just the second week. So I wanted to get these out just to let everybody know. Still, and this will be the last time I share this. Hopefully everything is still accurate here. I will probably find out from somebody who's here live watching us and commenting in the comment section from the Bearded Villains OSW chapter out there in Ontario Southwest. But the FYI shirts, their Fortitude Youth Initiative shirts, and their 5-year patch, I can't say enough about how cool this patch is, still available at bvosw.com. And then I shared this for the first time last week, the newly refined logo from the Bearded Villains Alberta chapter. Bearded Villains Alberta chapter. $12 Canadian, $14 elsewhere at their PayPal, which is bvalberta@yahoo.com. bvalberta@yahoo.com. If you want to catch up with one of these are really, really bright, bold colors that they've got in this patch. So that's obviously very cool. Also, last week I shared for the first time the Bearded Villains Upstate, New York Upstate, has 3 different varieties of their winter beanies. Their winter beanies that they've got that were a pre-sale. I don't have the exact date when these were done. These go off sale. So hopefully they were available last week. Hopefully they're still available this week at bvnewyorkupstate.bigcartel.com. bvnewyorkupstate.bigcartel.com. 3 color choices, $21. So that's the deal there. They got a kind of a tealish color, a red and a white. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully those guys are still available. And I hate that I have to say this, but I'm going to anyway. I still have a couple of these. If you have not picked one of these guys up, I'm shocked. If you're a big supporter of the show, of this podcast, and you don't have one of these yet, grab one, please. Their 100th episode patch, all gold inlay patch, the metallic gold, limited number, limited edition, and they are numbered up to 100. I only have literally a handful of these guys left, but they're not doing me any good here, so I'd rather sell them to you guys to help support the podcast here. So $15. Hit me up if you're interested in one of these guys, or 2 or 3 of these guys. I'll try to get you guys consecutive numbers or whatever else, if possible, with the last few that I've got. But those are still out there. All right, guys. So I really don't have specifically any chapter news per se to talk about, other than the fact that this weekend is a event hosted by the Smoky Mountain chapter. And the Smoky Mountain Bearded Villains are going to be our hosts to the BV world and the bearding community and anybody else who wants to go to hang out in Pigeon Forge with a beard competition and all sorts of other cool stuff going on. Now, this gets me to the my change in schedule moment for the night. Unfortunately, as of about an hour ago, that's how recent this is. Only an hour ago, I learned that I have a college-age daughter who was home a little while ago, and now she had to get a COVID test for school, for a job. She's going back to college this weekend. She went back to college this week, and as a prospect of doing so, she had to take a COVID test, and her COVID test came back positive. So here's the crazy thing. I've had this nasal / what I deem as bronchitis thing going on. If you were listening to the program last week, you noticed I'm still a little nasally now, and I get it like twice a year, like clockwork. This bronchitis thing I get going, and I've been battling this. It's lasted a little longer than it normally does, but I feel fine. It's just this thing that I get going and whatever it is. So because of the daughter's tests, my wife about an hour ago said, well, because she's been sick with many of the same symptoms that I have the last week or so, the last several days. And so she said, well, we have a test here at the home, so I'll go ahead and take it. And she did. And as of an hour ago, she came back positive. So unfortunately now, because it's close contact and we don't have any more of the home test kits here at the house, nobody in our area anywhere nearby has any. And because I can't get into a place right now in the next, by tomorrow morning anyway, to get a test to verify either way, if I have it or not, I have to do the responsible thing. And I had to make a very tough choice about an hour ago. And I had to cancel my room. And now officially, old BP is not going to be coming down for the Smoky Mountain 4-year anniversary. It's a gut punch, guys. It's a gut punch. I really was planning on, I was so looking forward to this. Anytime we get to hang out with our Bearded Villain brothers, and especially Smoky Mountain guys, so solid. I'm super bummed. And I could have done what I would deem to be the irresponsible thing and just say, screw it. I haven't had a positive COVID test yet. But I have to do the responsible thing. I have to do the thing that potentially would put other people in danger. And I can't, in good conscience, because I have symptoms, and those symptoms are consistent with COVID sometimes. Even though I don't feel like it might be COVID, just because it's what I usually have twice a year, you can't be too sure. And because I've got now two family members, close contact that tested positive, I can't chance it. If for some reason I was able to get a test and it tested negative, I'd be on my way. But I just can't chance it, guys. So I do apologize. Those of you who were, I was really looking forward to being there for. And as a matter of fact, earlier today, when I had my interview with Brian, talking about, my camera's going wonky again on me. Earlier today, when I had my interview with Brian, the co-captain from Smoky Mountain, we worked on a deal where we talked about it, and I was excited about being there. I was excited about coming down. Stand by. Not sure why that keeps happening. Anyway, so yeah, I was super excited to be able to hang out and have a good time. But as things suck right now, unfortunately, I was unable to go. So I'm unable to go. I had to make the responsible decision, and that's where that sits right now, guys. So I'm sorry. I was looking forward to going, but let's get into something fun here. This weekend, the Smoky Mountain Bearded Villains, their 4-year anniversary event. It's a beard competition. It's going to be an awesome time, raising some money for a really good cause to assist a veteran organization. And I had a really nice conversation with Brian talking about the basics of what this event is, the judges, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So here's my interview with Brian about the 4-year anniversary event. Afterwards, hang out with me because you guys are going to love this. We're going to talk about the one-word challenges for 2022. We got some brothers out there who put a lot of thought into their one word for this year. And the reasoning behind some of their one words, it's incredible. It's inspiring. It gives you chills, some of these guys, and why they've chosen what they've chosen. So stick with me here. Let's listen to my conversation I had earlier today with Brian, the co-captain of the Bearded Villains, the Smoky Mountain Bearded Villains, talking about their event coming up this weekend. Starts tomorrow in Pigeon Forge. Okay, I'm speaking with the co-captain of the Smoky Mountain Bearded Villains. He's here to talk to us about the event that kicks off this weekend, actually tomorrow, down in Pigeon Forge. Everybody, welcome to the show. Brian, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to finish packing up and head down south, seeing you guys tomorrow. But I wanted to give a chance for anybody who obviously watches the show and is kind of unsure about their weekend plans and might still be able to work something out to make a difference and swing down there, or up there, depending on where they're from. But it's your 4-year anniversary with the beard competition. Can you tell us a little bit about the weekend, what the weekend plans are like? I know there's potentially some weather issues, at least for the first day. But can you tell us a little bit about what you got planned for us?
Well, if you got a room block, then you're showing up today, Thursday. We've had guys there since I think Monday. Some people started showing up. Weather-wise, it's snowing. Unsure exactly how much. I'm in Northeast Tennessee. Supposed to get 4 to 6 inches tonight. Not sure what the accumulation is for Pigeon Forge, but starting tomorrow at 7 p.m. is our meet and greet at the Axe House. I think it was $15 for one person to throw, or for 1 hour to throw, and then $25 for the second for 2 hours. To come hang out, have a good time, some fellowship. And then Saturday, the weather's supposed to be better, in the 40s, mid 40s, sunshine, no snow. And it kicks off at 1 o'clock with pictures at, I think it's the Summit Church. They have an outdoor auditorium. We're going to try to get the mountains in the background and all that.
That'll be cool.
So dress accordingly for the weather. It says mid 40s, but could be cold. And then event kickoff is 4 p.m.
All right.
Get everybody signed up, and then hopefully start the beer comp not long after 4.
All right. Well, I'd say I for those who've never been, and I'm sure there's fewer and fewer every time you have an event that have never been to one of your events. You guys do such a great job at organizational prep work, and so when he says hopefully, and unless something crazy happens, starting the registration, kicking off at 4, they can tell you if they want to get going and be running up and running by a certain time, that's when it's going to go. So they're very organized at Smoky Mountain. They've done
thank you.
this. They've done this a few times. So it's something that we definitely, myself and I know my co-captain Ed, we paid attention to when we were at Knox Villains this past year, kind of watching how you did things, and just because with us just hitting our 1 year anniversary with our chapter, it was kind of nice to see somebody who's done these things before, because not everybody does the beard comps, but you guys actually do 2 in a year, so it's
Yes.
it's an endeavor for sure. Well, I know we have some I know we have some cool judges to go along with the event. Can you run down your judges, because you have a pretty diverse group?
We do. We try to. But we don't want it to be all about beards. We try to get someone from the charity to be a part of it too, so that they're a part of it. They're just not receiving the benefit,
I like that.
And they actually, we started Knox Villains 2021 with having the director said it was actually her birthday too. She was all for it, and then Ronnie's mom is going to be a part of the judging table this go around. So, and she's excited to do it. We're excited to have her do it. Um, so that's awesome. But we have Travis Drenner from Big Bend Beardsman out of Southern Ohio. They came to our 3 year in Chattanooga, and I can't say anything bad about them. Absolutely outstanding group of people. So we're honored to have at least one of them come back down and be a judge. And then Mark Burns speaks for himself. This will be his 3rd time judging one of our competitions. Absolutely amazing guy. Great photographer. When he's not at the judging table, he's going around snapping pictures for people, and just all around amazing guy.
Yeah.
Chris Rivas, he is a master barber in Athens, Tennessee. He's actually the barber for quite a few of our guys. I know David and Buddy drive up from Chattanooga to Athens, and he does their haircuts and beard trims. He's a great dude too. I think this will be his 2nd time judging for us. And then I mentioned Ronnie's mom, Susan. She's also a co-founder of Hinderless 22. So
Awesome.
I think it's a pretty good panel of judges.
Yeah, it's very diverse. I like the fact that you have a barber in there too, and it's great. I like that idea. Not many people do that. I know we weren't able to do it. We tried to have somebody from the organization that that the proceeds are benefiting to come in and help out too, and that's nice. It's a diverse group, and it should be a great weekend. One of the things I love about seeing when Mark is on the judging panel is because he has a way about him that when he hears that it's their first competition, he's very he helps relax somebody, and he has a way of making people understand, no, you think you have a terrible beard, and so he kind of coaches people through, because he's been through the circuit for so long, and he's seen the good, bad, and ugly of the beard comp world, and I've seen him have those one-on-one conversations with people. So I always love to see it when he's a part of a judging panel, for sure.
Oh, he's very personable.
Yes.
I probably have never met someone that's so accepting of somebody, like right off. Like, I mean, first time I ever met him, he talked to me like we knew each other our whole lives.
Yeah.
So that's a hard trait to find in someone.
It is indeed. Well, I'm excited for it. I know we got some really good, like I said, good judges. You're going to have an auction there too, you said?
We have some items that'll be up for auction. Larry from West Virginia, he made an amazing item to put up. Uh, so did Melissa, the obstinate ginger. She made
Uh-huh.
something
Yep.
that looks really awesome. That's going to be put up. Um,
Very
we also have a raffle table like we always do.
cool. Okay.
We had a member, Robert. He makes knives, and he made a knife that's going to be up. It's awesome.
Wow. All right. So come with your checkbooks or your pocketbooks ready, because if I'm not mistaken, do you guys work with like PayPal stuff, or is it for the auction stuff? Is it PayPal only, or is the whole event cash only? Or
Uh, well, PayPal is not in our good graces.
okay, I know
Um,
that's the case for a lot of different chapters, so I had to ask.
so PayPal will not be an option. We'll have obviously cash. We also have Cash App that we deal with.
Okay.
Um, with the Cash App thing, like when you're buying the patches we'll have for sale, uh, we normally charge $10 cash for the
Hmm.
patch. But if you're going to Cash App, it's 11, just because Cash App
Fees.
takes a fairly decent amount
Yeah.
uh, for that. But as far as that, um, that's probably the most expensive thing outright
Okay.
that you purchase. Shirts were all pre-order.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw those. I wasn't able to get in on the shirts.
oh man,
I know, but it's okay. It's my procrastination. That's my fault. That's my problem. That's okay. Um, can you tell us just a few minutes about or just a few seconds about the organization itself that you guys are benefiting? I know people can go out there and look it up, and there'll be information when we get there. I'm sure that anybody that wants to know will be able to find out, and I hope to be able to get an interview with some of the founding members of Hinderless 22 this weekend. But can you talk for a second about what Hinderless 22 is?
uh, Hinderless 22. What it does is it's an attempt to end veteran suicide, bring awareness to it, and help in it. And I hope between them and Battle 22 that we raised money for last year, and Mission 22 and all that. I don't like the mainstream charities
Mm.
because I believe you don't see a direct impact. Whereas Hinderless 22, Battle 22, um, you're more, I say local. They're in Mississippi, and I'm in Tennessee, but they actually get a group of veterans together. I Got Your Six Foundation does the same thing, um, and they actually show where the money that they've raised goes to. And that right there to me is probably the best thing out there. Is that you have this small organization and you see where the money goes. With
Yeah.
the Ronnie McNutt Foundation, they raise money and they do the Ronnie McNutt Memorial Scholarship, and it goes to a high school senior when they graduate. Um,
Yeah.
let me see here.
But you're right. You're right. When you talk about the smaller organizations that are more close to home, sometimes you feel, and it may not be completely accurate, but it's easy to see or to feel that when you deal with these larger national organizations, it's harder to see where that money goes. It's harder to feel like you're actually making a difference rather than you're just contributing to some huge organization that is paying other employees. And so many times anymore, you just don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
This organization so big now that my $20 donation that I may make annually or whatever it is, or a few $1,000s that we send for our whatever it is that we do, if it's
Mhm.
not staying local or somewhat local, you may just be paying off some employees' vacation days. And it's so easy to think that way. May not, like I said, it may not always be accurate, but I like
Yeah.
what you guys are doing, especially keeping it close to home and keeping it close to BV, really. Because I know you guys had a really good relationship in the past, obviously, with Battle 22. And I know I Got Your Six has had some really good ties with BV as well. And then obviously seeing that Ronnie was the founding, the namesake for Hinderless 22 was a BV member. It's great to see.
It is. I didn't know Ronnie personally, but he did have a good relationship with a few guys in our chapter that I'm aware of. So to be able to do this and to honor him and what his family is trying to do by honoring veterans, which Ronnie was a veteran, to me, being a veteran means the world.
Yeah. Well, I have the utmost respect for you guys, those of you who have served in whatever capacity you serve this country. It's something that you can't describe to somebody who's never done it. I'll never be able to understand exactly what you guys went through in whatever capacity that it was that you did your job. So I have total respect for you guys, and thank you for your services. Those of you who have done that. I love seeing BV reach out and help out our veterans because we have so many veterans within BV worldwide. It's just refreshing to see. So, well, man, anything else that you want to toss our way, secrets or any kind of hints to something really fun or cool or anything like that? I always ask if anybody wants to kind of give some kind of a hint to something fun that's going to be seen this weekend. If you don't, that's fine. You don't. Not everybody has that. Not everybody has, some kind of secret thing. But
I don't know. With us in BV, I mean, you never know what's going to happen.
sometimes those auctions get a little crazy.
They do. But I can say every year that we have had an auction since Knoxville's 2020, the big money item has always been gifted to someone else. And
that's a cool thing.
That's amazing to see. I mean, we've had an item go for $500 and turn around and the guy that bought it that won it was like, he comes up, gets it, and hands it to somebody else.
That's amazing.
I mean, I said the other night, I've said this a million times, when BV is set into motion, it's amazing and humbling the things that can happen.
Yeah.
During charity events or, what have you.
Yep. That's 100% true. Totally. All right, Brian. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate you taking a little bit of time. I know you're running like chicken with your head cut off right now, doing those final details right now, but don't worry. You can finally breathe. It's just the day is here and it's just time to have fun now.
Well, it's almost here. I'm always, even when we're setting up, I'm nervous that I forgot something. At the 3-year, I did forget something. It wasn't big. It was mine and David's visitors patch. But I remembered all the stuff for the event, so that's the plus side.
There you go. Just take a few seconds to breathe and have fun, man. I look forward to seeing you this weekend. Thanks so much for taking a few minutes with me, man.
Oh yes, sir. Can't wait to see you. Be safe heading down.
All right.
I don't know if you're in our event chat, but people's been posting pictures of their routes, and they're fairly snow covered. So hopefully tomorrow will be a different story. They can clear that off for you. But be safe heading down, please. And
You
to
bet.
everybody else, can't wait to see you. Be safe, and let's do some good this weekend.
All right. I can't wait, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Take
You
care.
have a good one.
Ah, boys and girls, how times have changed just in a short period there, a short little bubble. When I did that interview with him, I was so excited, ready to come down and hang out with Smoky Mountain guys. And just a short hour or 2 or 3 later, plans had to change. Sucks. But thank you guys. Thank you, Brian, so much. I'm really looking forward to hopefully Dave and everybody else that's going to be down there will be sharing some good pictures. And I look forward to hopefully you guys raise a ton of money for Hinderlist 22, Ronnie McNutt Foundation. And I just look for all sorts of really good things to happen from that. Now, let's skip into the news segment, our news segment that we started just a few weeks ago, which most of you would remember, we call 3 Inspiring Minutes. 3 Inspiring Minutes. Now, what is, again, the 3 Inspiring Minutes? Well, it's a chance for us to take a quote, take a topic, usually a quote. In this case, we're going to be talking specifically today because it goes so well with our topic that we're going to be continuing on here in just a few minutes with the one-word challenge. And that is the power of one. The power of one. So let's put 3 minutes on the clock and let's talk for a few seconds about the power of one. Now, what I found with this is a nice little homage to the power of one, to what one can be and the importance of one. And so let me read this for you a little bit. Those of you watching live, you can follow along. One tree can start a forest. One smile can begin a friendship. One hand can lift a soul. One word can frame the goal. One candle can wipe out darkness. One laugh can conquer gloom. One hope can raise your spirits. One touch can show you care. One life can make the difference. Be that one today. Now, there's so much there to that. One. And I wanted to take a second. I wanted to bring this up during our 3 minutes today because I want to talk about how important that is. The one. That one. And I'm not talking about the Matrix. I'm not talking about Neo in the Matrix being the one. Not talking about something from, some sci-fi movie either. The importance of one, it can be placed into a number of different contexts. Here we spoke about the one, but speaking today about the importance of one, that it can do some pretty amazing things. That word, one, and what it can represent, it can focus you, focusing on one word, one thing. It can help drive you. But one thing it can't do is do the work for you. So as we step into our one-word challenge here, I wanted to take the time to talk about this for a second because one word can be so important in any number of ways. Like we talked about, it can drive you, it can focus you, it can lead you on something, but it can also, if you're not careful, one word can destroy relationships. One word can destroy a friendship. One word can be taken incorrectly. If there's anything that we've recognized and that we can see from this social media life that we live right now, is the importance of words and how one word, one phrase, one look can change things for you. And so I wanted to focus on that for a second as we get into our one-word challenge. Think about the importance of one, and that one word that you say, what it can do for you. That it can put you, if you address it correctly, it can put you in the right frame of mind to get you where you want to be and to help you accomplish those goals. So let's talk about one word. One word. So as I said before, the one word challenge brings us to different things that a word that somebody has chosen that is going to help them drive through the year. It's going to inspire them. It's going to push them through. Last year, my word for last year, unfortunately, it helped me in some ways, as I talked about in the last episode. In other ways, it didn't. And so I'm hoping that this word for this year for me, and I'll share my word in just a few minutes. But I'm hoping that this word this year helps me in new ways that the previous word didn't. But most importantly, as you'll find out here with the people that have submitted their words, it can only do so much. And you have to act on that word. It can be the little taking off point. It can be the inspiration for you. But if you don't do it, if you don't do the work, and that's part of the reason why the word I chose for myself is much more of a imperative word. So join with me now as I share those that did share with us live in video form their one words and their one word challenge for 2022.
What's up, everybody? My word is faith. That's basically what keeps me going every day. No matter how bad things get, I have faith that they're definitely going to get better. Have faith that you're going to provide for yourself, for your family, for your brothers, being that rock that they might need, for your chapter, for your community. Just have faith. Martin Luther King Jr. said, having faith is taking that first step when you can't see the whole staircase. Just remember that. Have faith that no matter how much it's raining today, it's not going to rain forever.
So my one word for the one word challenge is simple. Consistency. No matter what I decide to undertake this year, I've got a few things I want to do. You try and you fail, and you try again. And no matter how I do, as long as I stay consistent in trying, consistent and never giving up on what I want to do this year, I'll be able to meet my goals. So that one word for me is consistency. I want to consistently be trying, consistently be improving, consistently reaching for what I want.
Okay, so my word is embrace. What I mean by that is a lot of things, but simple. Embrace this. Embrace the life that you have. Embrace the family that you have, the friends, experiences that you have. Embrace the good and the bad, because that's what makes you.
Coffee Villain coming in live. So I saw in the Instagram stories, Heart of the Villain podcast popped up a story asking one word challenge and asking what our one word would be. The word I chose was flourish. It just randomly popped in my head in my sleep-deprived, highly caffeinated self while working the night shift. They asked me to explain why I chose that word. Had to think about it for a moment, and I'm still drinking coffee. I think I'm on like my second pot by now. When you join Bearded Villains and you take on that journey to better yourself and your brotherhood or local chapter, if you're in a chapter or if you're independent, that you want to flourish to be known enough that you can work towards charities, helping others, without flourishing and staying behind a safe net, probably won't succeed as much. It is all I can think of right now. Sure, if I thought about it more, I probably could. Since I'm winding down for bed, I'm coming up with blanks. Hopefully, that might be enough for why I chose the word flourish. Flourish. Yeah, sure. I'm having speech issues now. So yeah, Coffee Villain signing.
Miles here, Bearded Villains, Tennessee. BP asked one word for 2022. My word is inspire. I think back to when I joined BV back in 2015. But what made me join? It was the fact that what they were doing, what they were talking about, inspired me, wanted me to do more. And for us to make this world a better place and to continue pushing BV to where it's never been, we have to inspire others. So my goal for 2022, and hopefully for all of BVTN, is to inspire charity, inspire love, inspire keeping it real. Much love from Miles.
Hey, bro, my word that really means a lot to me this year in 2022 is restore or restoration. The definition of restoration is the action of returning something to its former condition, to restore it. The pattern of the prodigal son in the Bible is basically rebellion, ruin, then repentance and reconciliation. Reconciliation with his father and with his family. The hardest thing to believe in that story is that the father gave the prodigal son restoration. He restored him even more than what he had, like nothing ever happened. So to me, we do a great job in listening to someone's story, forgiving them. Hey, bro, it's okay, that kind of thing. But the reconciliation, the restoring the brother back to brand new is often, in my mind, missed. Sometimes they're villains with no chapters, either through no fault of their own or, like me, through fault of my very own. Brothers have forgiven me, but it's hard to go back to reconciliation and go back into the chapters and feel actually like family. It's just hard to do things great in the community without help, and I see a lot of brothers that are struggling without chapters and restoration. I love y'all. Take care, and Happy New Year. Bull City out.
What's up, brothers? I'm Lance from Bearded Villains, Louisiana, and I want to wish each and every one of you a Happy New Year's, and let's make this year better than last year's. My one word of 2022 is persistence. No matter how hard anything gets, no matter what life throws at me, I will stay positive, have patience, and will keep grinding so I can become a better version of myself. Much love and respect.
What is good, BP and everybody? My one word for 2022 is grow. I chose it because I want to grow more as a person, to be better off, to be better, and just in general with everything that I have planned that I want to do. And I just want to I want to grow and push for that. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll see. Here's the 2022 in growth. Love you guys.
Hey BP, what's up, man? It's Big Mike. My 2022 one-word challenge: change. Just change to be a better person, better human, better father, better husband. If you don't like something, change it. With risk comes reward, so if you don't like it, change it.
I'm Little John, the lieutenant for the Bearded Villains of Northern Indiana. My one word for 2022 is going to be magical, because for every little bit of kindness I can give to people and helping them, it's a little bit of magic, and I want to have a magical year.
BP, it's that time again. Time for my one word for 2022. This year I'm not going to be content with just being. This year I want to be the example. So my one word for this year is example. I'm going to be an example for my kids. You know, be the best possible person, best possible father. You know, when they sort of go to school, they're like, oh, you know, an example of a good dad is my dad. Best example of a husband, you know, my wife talking with her friends. And probably the most important one for here is villain. Be the example of the best villain that I can possibly be. You know, when our scouts are bringing through new hopefuls, new supporters, you're like, oh, you know, you want an example of what a villain is? Look at Clayster over here. You know, that is what I want to do for 2022. That is going to be my strive. I'm going to take on any possible role that I can, be as supportive to my brothers as I possibly can and our sisters, and just help anyone in any possible situation. Anybody needs help, reach out, man. So my word for 2022 is example, and I hope that sets an example to others to set their word for 2022 as well. Peace out, bro. Thank you.
All right, guys. Those are my submissions so far for our video portions of our 2022 one-word challenge. And again, I love the fact that guys put so much effort and thought into these, but I also love the fact that none of them are the same. None of them are the same. And even if they were variations of the same word, the meaning behind why they chose them is so different and varied. These are personal. These are very personal to these men. And to the women that have also reached out, I've had women also reach out that didn't want to do the video portion, but this is a personal thing. And to everybody who's willing to kind of step out a little bit and dip your toes in the water and make it a public thing and say, this is what I want to do, what I want to be for the next year. Excuse me. It's so cool to see. I want to share with you also a few others, some of the people that did not want to submit videos themselves, but some of the other words that came into me. And I made a list of the ones that I could keep track of as we went. But I had several people give me words, and they didn't include a video with it. But other words that were included were effort, spirit, create, silky, hopeful, breathe, grateful, survive, humbleness, and live. You sit back and you think to why people might have chosen those words without knowing fully, and it gives you chills to think that people chose those words for their word for the year, and that's what they want to drive them home. That's that thing that they want to inspire them and push them through. So I want to thank everybody who did take the time, not only those who took the time to make a video, but those who took the time to give it some thought and to submit a word. Now, if for some reason, generally speaking, in the time past last year, I did a part 1 and a part 2 video. So if you would like to share your word in video form, please send it to me in the next week, and I'll get it on by next week for the next week's episode. I'll do a part 2. I'll do up to a part 4 or 5 if I need to, if I have that many submissions. I would love to. I would love to see this. And then I can check back with you guys in a few months, and then at the halfway point, and then later at the end of the year, and find out how these words affected you and changed your life in a positive way. That being said, my word for 2021 was move. And as nice of a word as that was, and as good as my intentions were for that word, this year I chose something that was a little bit more in the face. It was something that was urgent. It was something that said it had to be done. So my word for this year, and some of you have already seen this when I posted it out on IG earlier today, now. My word for 2022 is now. Now, I chose this word because of what it means. I am a chronic procrastinator over the years. I wait till the last minute to get things done. I have projects, little tiny projects, all over the house, in the backyard that are 90% done. And you know how it is. If you're a type A personality that go on things, you don't know what this is like. But if you're like me, you procrastinate, or you get to a point in a project, you get 90% done. And it's good enough for what it needs to be right then. And you don't take those extra steps to finish it. And so my word for 2022 is now. Now. Because it's important to focus on now. It's important to focus on what you want to do and to get it done now. Tomorrow is promised to no one, right? If there's anything that this pandemic and just life in general has taught us, tomorrow is promised to no one. And I want to focus on now. I want to focus on getting what I need to done. I want to focus on health now. I want to focus on family now. I want to focus on Bearded Villains now. In the moment, now. There are personal projects that I want. If I'm just sitting around, not doing anything, now, go, get it done, get it started now. That's my word for 2022. Now, one of the things that I would like to do for this year, if enough people are interested in doing it, is I would like to create a t-shirt that we can have made up with everybody's one word on them. And they would be available for purchase at cost to you, or to me, I'm sorry. If that's something that you guys would like, please let me know either in the comment section or send me direct messages. If you have a one word and you're participating in the one word challenge, hopefully this would be a motivational shirt with all of these one words listed. The names won't be listed on there, but it'll be a combination of all of these different words on the back of the t-shirt to help us drive home 2022. If you are looking for an all-natural beard oil that will not only tame your beard and coarse hairs, but make your beard soft and smell amazing, check out Pulpo Beard Oils. Veteran-owned and made for today's beards, Pulpo beard products combine the best beard ingredients on the market with incredible customer service to ensure your happiness. Whether you need beard wash, beard oil, beard balm, or some fun clothing, Pulpo is the place to go. Feel fresh, feel savage, feel confident with Pulpo Beard Oils. Go to Pulpo Beard Oils, that's Pulpo, beardoils.com, and use the code The Heart of a Villain for a discount on your order. Okay, guys. So if it is something that interests you, getting an inspirational shirt to push you through the year, and sometimes maybe your word alone won't be enough to help push you through the year. Maybe the word of somebody else will help you. That's the premise behind this idea. So if it's something that interests you, let me know. I don't want to get it if only one or two people. I don't want to go through the hassle of getting a shirt made up if only one or two people are interested in doing it. But yeah, it's I didn't want to do a thing where people had to pay to be a part of it and then you get the shirt for free. That was dumb. Because I want people to think about the word. I want people to focus more on the word than any t-shirt. But if you're interested in getting a shirt made up, let me know in some way, shape, or form. Probably, I would say, in the next couple of weeks, so we can get them done. And I think that would be a lot of fun, I think. So, all right, guys. Well, we've got a few things kicking off in the realm of our calendar of events. It's starting to fill up here in the spring. Now, some of these events that you're going to hear on this calendar of events are not specific to BV. Now, remember, one of the things I wanted to do coming into 2022 was to include other events that are not specific to the Bearded Villains per se, but are still in the bearding community. We've talked in the past about how important it is for us to make sure that we are communicating with and partnering with the other beard clubs out there that are doing other charity organizations well. So I want to make sure that we are taking part here at the Heart of a Villain to do just that. So, January 8th. January 8th. That's this weekend. Starting tomorrow is the Smoky Mountain Bearded Villain 4-year anniversary and beard competition. Smoky Mountain 4-year anniversary and beard competition in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, benefiting Hinderless 22, an organization that was created to honor a bearded villain, Ronnie Nutt. January 14th and 15th, the Bearded Villains Mississippi anniversary event comes into play. It's in Tupelo, Mississippi. Friday, there's a meet and greet at Steele's Dive. Saturday, they've got a homeless outreach. I love when chapters do that. I love it when chapters do that. Take the time out to do some kind of a charity outreach at Salvation Army in Tupelo, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then they have the beard competition later that night, January 14th, 15th, BV Mississippi anniversary, Tupelo, Mississippi. Then the first one that's the non-specific BV event, January 15th, that same weekend in Cocoa Beach, Florida, is Beards for the Brave 4. Beards for the Brave 4, hosted in part by Bearded Villains Orlando. Bearded Villains Orlando is assisting, and they are hosting along with a couple of other organizations for Beards for the Brave 4. If you have any questions about this, just type in Facebook or wherever else, Beards for the Brave 4. You'll get all the information. They have a page out on Facebook about the event in Cocoa Beach, Florida this weekend, January 15th. Also, January 22nd, this is another non-specific BV event. From 12 to 8 p.m., January 22nd, is the You Matter Beard and Mustache Competition. The You Matter Beard and Mustache Competition presented by Honest Amish. Honest Amish is presenting that one. It's at a historic casino hall in LaGrange, Texas. LaGrange. That was a good song by ZZ Top back in the day. LaGrange, Texas, January 22nd, 12 to 8 p.m. for the You Matter Beard and Mustache Comp. Then also January 29th, rounding out January 29th. This one's out in California. The Beards by the Bay present West Coast Beard and Mustache Championships. The West Coast Beard and Mustache Championships in Mill Valley, California. Again, if you're interested in this, Find it on Facebook. Look for Beards by the Bay or West Coast Bearded Mustache Championship, January 29th, Mill Valley, California. Scrolling into February 25th to the 27th is LSV 5. LSV 5. It's the return to North Texas. Friday, they got a meet and greet at River Bottom Pub, 7920 Randall Mill Road, Fort Worth, Texas. On the 26th, they've got live music and a beard competition. I am really looking forward to this because now, since I can't make our Smoky Mountain 4-year anniversary this weekend, this will be the first one for sure that I'm supposed to go to. Since I had to cancel this weekend, I have plans to be there for LSV, so let's hope. February 25th to the 27th in, Fort Worth, Texas. Then March 4th through the 6th. March 4th through the 6th is Nash Vegas. Nash Vegas. I don't have all the details on this one yet, but it's the March 4th through the 6th, so mark your calendars. The details will be coming out soon. Nashville, Tennessee is where it's at. I've been to Nash Vegas several times, and it's always a blast. Please mark your calendars and go. Nash Vegas, March 4th through the 6th. Then April 1st through the 3rd is DSV 6. DSV 6, hosted by the brothers in Texas again, one of the many chapters in Texas. It's going to be in San Antonio, Texas, hosted by the Bearded Villains of South Texas. We don't have any details specific to this one yet. I will let you know when I find them or hear from them. April 1st through 3rd, DSV 6. Then we move on to May 6th through the 8th. We've been teased about this. You boys over in Ohio need to stop teasing. Stop teasing us with Beardo de Mayo. Let us know what the plans are. Get your plans in order. I'm giving you a hard time, and I should. May 6th through the 8th, Beardo de Mayo, hosted by the Heartland Originals, those boys over in Ohio. I don't know where it's going to be. I can just guess somewhere in Texas. Or, sorry, somewhere in Ohio. Somewhere in Ohio for Beardo de Mayo. It all rhymes. May 6th through the 8th. And then finally, as I start to lose my voice from talking so much, June 10th through the 12th. June 10th through the 12th. West Coast meets. Seattle, Washington is the place. Seattle, Washington for the West Coast meet. Brought to you by the West Washington and the East Washington Bearded Villains. West Coast meets Seattle, Washington is your place. Details forthcoming on this one as well. For the West Coast meet, June 10th through the 12th. All right, guys, that's our calendar of events. And I have to share the comment that we have here from our brother in Ohio, the Bearded Irishman. When I was giving him a hard time about them not including us in information for Beardo de Mayo, he laughs. We on it. Announcements soon. Well, I sure hope so. People are trying to make plans, brother. So get on it. Get on it. Let us know what's Beardo de Mayo all about, May 6th to the 8th. We would love to make plans for that one. Well, guys, it's Thursday night, and I'm running out of voice, mostly because of the issue I got going on. I don't know if it's COVID for sure or not, but it's keeping me away from the Smoky Mountain event this weekend, unfortunately. So I do apologize again to you guys that I told I would be there, and I'm sorry. I really wish I could. That's all I got to say about that. Guys, if you have any questions, you want any further information on merch or anything else fun, get over to theheartofavillain.simplecast.com. That's where you can buy shirts, patches, pins, all that fun stuff. You can also listen to all previous 115 episodes of this here show at theheartofavillain.simplecast.com. Guys, I want to tell you that I say the same thing every time. I want to challenge all of you to be the villain that the world needs you to be, because the heart of a villain never stops beating. Finally, guys, the most important words I say every week, with a voice or without a voice, please remember it. It's okay not to be okay. If you are hurting, please find a brother to talk to. Remember, it's okay not to be okay. So, guys, happy Thursday night. Have a great weekend for those of you who are traveling, going to Smoky Mountain. I know they got weather. Be safe, be smart, but definitely be safe. Enjoy the week ahead. Enjoy this weekend and the week ahead. I will find you back here next weekend for episode 117 next Thursday night. If you need anything, give me a shout. Otherwise, guys, take care and stay safe.